Hey y'all, it's Ebony and I'm back with another video. I just wanted to come on here and talk to someone who may be struggling in the area of, I prayed to God about this place, or I prayed to God about this situation, and now that I'm in it, I feel like, what did I ask for? Or why does it look like I thought that it was going to look like? It looks like it's a complete disaster. It's not what I imagined it to be. And I don't know if I should go back to where I used to be, because where I used to be was better than where I'm at today, even though I prayed for this. So I don't understand what's going on. And I'm talking to someone who's out there who mind is in that space right now. I'm here to let you know, understand that what God has for you is for you. And when God sends you to the promised land, yes, you may have trials and tribulations, but with those trials and tribulations, it's to strengthen you, not to weaken you and not to destroy you. God would never send you somewhere that he knows is going to destroy you. Okay? And when it's hard, just giving like my own testimony. When I was 18, y'all, once I got out of high school, I wanted to move. I wanted to have my own place, but at that time it wasn't right, because every time I tried to apply or whatever it was for me getting a new apartment, it just never worked out. I was not even able to move to a different a college that had campus, one living campus or whatever you call it. I wasn't able to do that. And it was just a lot going on with my school year. I wasn't always into school like that. I even when I was like a baby, like maybe kindergarten, pre-K, I was not great in school. So the only reason why I wanted to go to school at that time when I was like 18, getting out of school, was because I wanted to live on campus and have my freedom. I didn't have the right mindset, so God didn't allow it to happen, because he knew if I moved in or moved out around that time, I definitely wouldn't be the person I am today. And it was just so much within itself in that time period of my life, but I'm glad it worked out how it worked out. Me not getting an apartment and me staying in a community college as I did, because I was able to also, get introduced again to my purpose, my passion, which is photography. And I ended up failing a class, and that's how I got into photography, because I used that money that I needed to use to retake the class. I used that money to buy me a camera, and then my life took off from there, right? So fast forwarding, I didn't really focus on moving out or anything like that, because I was able to, do my photography and have money stacked up on the side, so when it was time for me to move out, I'll be ready. Fast forwarding years later, now this may have been 2 years now ago when I first moved into my apartment, and I had all the money saved up. I was good, I was good. I was praying. I said yes. So the job that I had previous before, I was not making 3 times the rent. I have no idea how I even got this apartment. I just know it was God's hand, and I knew that God wanted me to be here at this location. So fast forwarding, I get here and I'm like, oh, okay, let's decorate the apartment. I'm decorating the whole apartment. And I didn't realize, because I switched jobs within that time. Like, I quit my job. When I got this apartment, that's when I quit my job, and I ended up doing other jobs, like other, contract jobs or whatever. And I started doing those jobs, and I started moving in here. And when I was at home, I was like, oh, this is good. I could do my contract jobs. I could do whatever I want to do, and I'll be straight. But this time, as I'm by myself and I actually got to pay my rent this month, at that time, I was like, oh, no, I don't feel like going to work. I just want to chill and lay down, eat, watch TV, and go to sleep. That's all I wanted to do. And it was so hard for me to get up and go to work. Like, I would be out there, go to work, I'll be out there and I'll just sit in my car, or I'll just do things that is not productive just because I didn't feel like working. And I mean, it was really a struggle, because I knew I had bills to pay. I knew I had rent to pay. And I was just thinking to myself, this is bringing sorrow. Like, what is this? I prayed for a place, and I'm here, and I my money is just dropping drastically, because I'm not working as I should. And it was one day the Lord spoke to me, and I woke up. He was like, if you don't work, you will be poor. You will be broke. You know, and in his word, the lazy don't eat. You know what I'm saying? So that's what God was telling me. So I'm like, okay, I got to get this together. Like, I was really trying to work, but for some reason, it was just like pulling teeth for me to get out there and work and do my job. So as God was literally pruning me, getting that laziness out of me, I had to go through times of, strict budgeting. Like, I couldn't do things I usually do when I was staying where I was staying, when I had to pay rent. I had to learn how to do my hair. I had to learn how to budget my money. I had to make sure, like, every month, every dollar that was spent, I had to budget it. And mind you, coming from a mindset of just having money and saving it and not having no responsibility, and going to, like, a month later, quick, having to budget everything, it was a hard transition. And that's for me to say to you guys, like, whatever you're going through, whatever it is, it's your transition season. When you transition into something new, a new land that God has promised you, it's not going to always be easy, but just know that when you go through your trials and tribulations, you got to learn from your mistakes. Don't be afraid to face your mistakes, because at the end of the day, if you did make those mistakes, how are you going to learn? You got to go through your mistakes to realize the things that you should not do and what you should do. So as I'm going through all this stuff, like, it's been probably a year now, and I could tell you just recently, I've been getting up and working, and I've learned that you gotta do things that you don't want to do to get to be able to reach that goal that you know that you are supposed to be reaching. Like, it was a struggle for me to get up early. So when I didn't get up early, it took me longer to make my money. Now that I get up early, I have an earlier day. Now I can go and do my photography, or I can go and do my YouTube, or whatever it is that I'm called to do on that certain day, or whatever it is, right? I'm able to do more stuff because now I'm getting up early. It was like I had to learn how to do my hair. I had to learn how to get back into working out. It was like my whole schedule just crumbled down. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't got no hairstyles anymore. I don't got no trainer no more. Like, everything was just being completely stripped. My money was gone. Everything was gone. And now I'm finally at that place where I know how to do my own hair. I know how to work out. I know how to maintain my money. I know how to budget. God blessed me with another year to stay here, and it's nothing but God's hand. Not one day I went without having my rent paid or no bills paid. I pay all my bills on time because of the Lord, So with all that being said, no matter what you're going through right now, if God promised you this place to you, and He promised that area in your life, even if it's a place, a relationship, a job, a friendship, a new career, whatever it is, when you're in that transition season, don't be afraid, because at the end of the day, yeah, it may be a little rough around the edges, it may be a little resistance, but at the end of the day, it's for you. And if it's for you, God is going to see you through. God brought you to it, He's going to see you through it. Don't overthink it, okay? Even if it's a relationship, don't overthink it. And always, always, always take everything that I say back to the Lord to make sure that it's going towards what I'm saying is going to your particular situation. Because I'm not saying you're in a toxic relationship, it's not beating you upside the head to stay. Definitely not saying that. But yeah, in my situation, I'm talking about a place, whatever it is, the Lord led me back to Numbers 12 to 14, and this is when the Israelites was about to enter the promised land, and the Lord told Moses to send some leaders out to go into the promised land so they can, see how it's going to be, what is there, whom they may be up against, and what is it, what's the promised land providing? Like, what is it? Like, what's in this promised land that's going to be so good for us, basically. And there were two leaders, which was Joshua and Caleb. And they went into the promised land. They was pumped. They was like, yes, this is good. And the other Israelites who came with them was like, no, there's big people here. We're not weak. We're not strong enough. We're weak. And this, they were just Debbie Downers. And that's what another thing that the Lord had gave me revelation to is like, when you have a plan for yourself, don't tell people about that plan, because at the end of the day, they can make you feel like you're not worth it because they don't feel like they're worth it. Misery love company. Right? So you are pumped about something and you know that it's God that spoken to you about it, and you know that God is with you because He spoke to you about it. keep that energy. Don't spread it to someone who is doubtful and gonna make you doubt. So now that you doubted, now that they doubted, made you doubt, you're not gonna move on it. When God told you to move on it, be obedient, move on, know that I got your back. Faith without works is dead. So go. Don't think about this and that and the third. Don't look at your situation as what it is. Because at the end of the day, you got to go through your trials and tribulations. Period. So the other Israelites was like, oh no, they're trying to make us go here. Let's go stone them today. They end up stoning Caleb and Joshua. Right? And it is just crazy because they were the ones that's going to uplift you to go. But since they were so scared, the other Israelites are so scared, they stoned them. And now it's like they can't even go to the promised land because of what they did to Joshua and Caleb. So I want y'all to read Numbers 12 to 14. It's a lot of revelation in that. But yeah, I just wanted to like go back into what I was saying. Like when you're in your transition of going to one place to another, and it's the place that God promised you, don't allow your trials and tribulations or the resistance, the resistance to stop you, because in the day, you got to keep pushing through. And when you are blessed, just know God is going to send people your way to encourage you, to help you out, to make sure that you stay on the path that he has for you. And he's not going to leave you on the wayside. He's not going to leave you feeling doubtful. He's not going to leave you feeling like you can't do it or lazy or whatever, maybe mental warfare, whatever you're going through. Just know that God's not going to leave you. And if you are going through any mental warfare or whatever, spiritual warfare, whatever it is, make sure you guys are fasting and praying, because at the end of the day, what God has for you is for you. Can't nobody take it away. Period. And with that being said, y'all, I'm not gonna make this video too long, but I just want to come on here and let y'all know and encourage y'all to keep pushing. Don't allow that transition moment, that little season, take you out of what God promised you. Keep pushing. Don't tell people about the things that God is going to bless you with, because 9 times out of 10, if they're not really rocking with you, or maybe they are rocking with you, but that's just their mindset, that's just their perspective, don't allow them to spoil what God is bringing to your life. Trust God, be obedient to God, and he got your back no matter what.